Chair squeaking? Yeah, let's fix that. Hey guys, EXTERMICIDE here, and today I'm going to show you how to get rid of the squeaks and the creaks from your SecretLab chair. To let you know, the solution I'm about to give you can be applied to any chair, not just a SecretLab chair. Eventually, every office chair at some point is going to start to squeak or creak. This can be a week after you get it, 2 months, 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years. But eventually, you're going to start getting squeaks and creaks. Because of this, I usually apply what I'm about to show you on day one when I'm putting the chair together. That way, my chair will never, ever squeak or creak. But with this chair, I knew I wanted to make this video, so I decided to not do this step when I was putting the chair together. And the chair has lasted about 7 months before it started to exhibit creaking. I've enjoyed the chair, but do not like the creaking sounds, so let's get rid of the squeaks and everything today. So the mats that you'll need for this project are a pair of needle nose pliers, some general or multi-purpose grease, and a couple of Q-tips. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to raise your chair to its highest setting, maximum height. And then after you raise it, you want to lean the chair back as far as it can go. Be careful not to flip over. All right. Once that's done, we're ready to begin. The next thing you're going to want to do is to flip the chair over so we can view the bottom of the chair. The SecretLab chairs especially are kind of heavy. So if you need help flipping it over, grab your partner, grab somebody, and have them help you. It's not worth getting hurt over. Once the chair is flipped over, you're going to want to locate at the bottom of the chair this clip. Okay, it spins around easily. This is what's holding the base of the chair together, and we're going to be removing that clip. We're going to do that by well, I said before what you needed to do this project. I forgot to mention that you need a flathead screwdriver. So yeah, make sure you have a flathead screwdriver. But you're going to want to, it's hard to do this by holding camera and doing it at the same time. But you're going to hold the clip with the pliers so it doesn't move. And then you're going to shove the screwdriver right underneath the clip right there. You're going to lift it up. And then you're going to pull with the pliers and slide it out. Get the whole clip off. I'm sorry, it's hard to do this with two hands, without two hands, so it is what it is. But yeah, lift this up with flathead screwdriver and slide it out. Slide the clip off using your pliers. Once you slide the clip off, you're going to see a washer here. Remove that washer. Set it to the side with the clip so you know that they go together. Don't lose either or you will not be able to put your chair back together. All right, with that off, we can now lift up on the base and remove it completely from the chair. Set it down in a safe place where you're not going to be tripping over it. So when I took apart all this, I did notice that my thick washer down here is torn up a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's torn just a little bit. That needs to be replaced. Shouldn't have freaking torn when the chair is only less, than a year old. But I'm gonna try something, and I'm gonna actually email SecretLab about it and see if they do the right thing and send me out a new washer. I mean, I can easily go to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up a new one. But I just want to see what SecretLab's going to do. Wait, what are you doing crawling on my chair? Get! Jeez. Not your chair, kitty. All right. So first thing here, at the very top, we have 2 washers. You want to really take note of the order that these washers are in. One is this plastic piece, which on a lot of chairs over time this ends up breaking. This usually ends up cracking or something because of the lack of grease up here. And then we have a metal one that's underneath it. Take them both off, set them to the side. Remember the order that you took them off. Okay, very important. Then we're gonna go ahead and take our grease. We're gonna open it up, and using a Q-tip or some gloves if you got them available, you wanna lube up a lot of grease on this washer down here. You wanna lube up this whole shaft. and then get up here at the top, very just grease all of this up. All right, so after you put all the grease up on the shaft and you lube all this up and everything, sometimes this cone is kind of stuck upwards. Push it down so you expose all the thicker shaft here, and grease up all of that too. Just put a lot of, just be very generous with the grease. Give it a lot, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and take those 2 washers that we took off, and actually 3 washers. It's 2 metal ones, then the plastic ones. So the 2 metal ones, first thing we're going to want to do is you're going to put one on, back on the top, and then we're going to put some grease on it, and then we're going to put the other one on top of that, and then we're going to put some grease on top of that, and then we're going to put the plastic one on the top and put some grease on top of that. So once you generously put each of those washers back and you've added all that grease to it, and like I said, be very generous with the grease. Then we take our base and we put it back on. All right, and once that piece right there kind of slides up through the top and everything, we're going to put a little bit more grease around the top of that. And then we're going to go ahead and take that washer and put it on. So let me go ahead and just, go ahead and put some grease on here. Then take the washer that was originally on it and throw it back on there. And then again, throw a little bit more grease on there. Like I said, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but all right. And then once that's on there, you're gonna slide that pin back onto the seat. And putting it back on is relatively easy, but I gotta put the camera down. Can't do it with one hand. There we go. It just slides right back on. It's easier to get it on than it was to get it off, and getting it off wasn't that much of a problem. But that right there should stop this chair from squeaking. So give me a second, I'm going to flip it over and we'll give it a test. If it still squeaks, it's probably because that washer, that thick rubber washer in this particular chair is somewhat damaged, and I'll get that fixed. But otherwise, you shouldn't have any problems. This should correct all the squeaking and creaking that you were hearing before. One thing I would suggest doing before you flip the chair back over is take your Allen wrench that originally came with the chair and recheck all of the screws. Make sure that they're all still nice and tight, because over time they start to loosen up. They can work themselves out. So just check them all. Make sure everything's tight the way it's supposed to be, because like I said, this chair is very heavy to flip over. So since it's already flipped over, check everything and then flip the chair back over. But once it's flipped over, you're going to bring the back up, and then you're going to lower the seat all the way down, and then you're going to lift yourself off of it, and you're going to raise it up again, and then you're going to bring it back down again. What we're doing is all that extra grease that we put on the piston, on that shaft, we're working it into the system. Okay, so then finally get your chair at the right height and spin around, and guess what? Our squeak is gone. It is gone. I took pictures of that washer. Like I said, I'm going to send it to Secretlab and see if they do the right thing. I'm also going to include a link down below in the description for some grease, some multi-purpose grease that you can pick up off of Amazon. So guys, that's it. Works with any chair. I myself do it right when I'm putting the chair together, so I never have to deal with those squeaks. That's all there is to it. My suggestion would be to put the grease on right when you're putting the chair together. Go through that step. Saves you a bunch of hassle later. But no squeaks. No squeaks. It works. So catch you guys later.